So what I set out to do for this project was kind of broad but very simple. The main objective of this project was to pour into the youth in the low-income area, really in the Dunbar community. Might not sound like a very precise thing, but it's a local mission of who I partnered up with, and that's Hoops on Mission. And really just to address the problems of crime, poverty, single parenthood, specifically single motherhood, and really just the two-sided objectives were really just to help kids on the court in their basketball life, to train them, to build them up, and then off the court to provide a mentorship for these kids, and kind of a safe place to just kind of express what they're going through, kind of to build them up as young men and young leaders in their community. And then as far as the successes and failures, referring back to our goals. So the three goals we had was number one, to train and mentor kids 2 times a month, and that happened on Saturdays. Number two was to help Dwayne with his basketball and turkey drive. We just finished up the turkey drive. The basketball drive will be sometime in December, and for that one, he just passed out basketballs and Bibles. For the turkey drive, we went to the Dunbar community, to some apartments, and were able to give out turkeys to people who obviously were in need of them. So that was really eye opening. And then the last one was to be mentored by Dwayne. And Dwayne is someone I've known for 10 years, and so I talk to him regularly. He's definitely a mentor in my life, but it was cool to work with him through these projects. So on this slide, the first picture on the bottom left, that's our mentorship program. That was actually, we had a Friendsgiving. It's kind of like a youth group for kids, and Dwayne spoke that night, but that kind of just goes back to evidence through photos that kind of precedes kind of the success of that goal, as far as train and mentor kids twice a month. So the training happened every Saturday, and the mentorship happened every Wednesday. And it's not something I'm done with. It's something I'm gonna continue to participate throughout the rest of the year. Every Wednesday night, we go over there and help lead the youth group, and that involves the mentorship program we take part in. That's usually 2.5 hours long. And then the top two right photos, I believe the one in the far right corner, that is the one that includes the training. And that's where we get to work with the kids on the court. Dwayne trained me as a kid. That was 10 years ago. And that's something he's done in this community. It really gives a safe place for these kids in these low-income areas, to just, one, not have to worry about expenses of paying for basketball training or playing on a team, because they can't afford that, and two, just to work on their game and having a little escape from life. And then the top left one, more left, is the photo of the turkey drive, and that's where we were able to just go out and give turkeys to these people in these low-income areas. That was super impactful and super eye-opening, because these people really are living in poverty, right in our own community, in our backyard. And yeah, that wasn't really as much as the youth involvement. That was a part of one of my goals that I set out to do with Dwayne, was to help pass these turkeys out, and I'm glad we were able to accomplish that. Biggest roadblocks, I would just say, in the early stages, trying to actually engage with these kids and kind of see where they're at with life. It's hard to get these kids to open up. They have a lot of walls built up, a lot of things they're going through, whether it be that they're living in poverty, they're living without a father, and on top of that, they have school. Some of these kids don't eat 3 meals a day. So really just trying to build relationships with these kids early, I think that was a struggle, but it's been a growth process, and it's been very impactful. And hopefully by the end of the year, next year, because I'll be doing this the rest of this year and next year, that'll continue to work. And then biggest accomplishments, I would just say seeing these kids grow is super cool. To see kids really want to work on themselves and engage in serious conversations of how to become better men, young leaders, stuff like that. And then obviously the turkey drive was a huge accomplishment. We passed out over 100 turkeys to families that were in need of food. So that was super awesome. I would say that was probably the biggest accomplishment. So